problem that we have in front of us looks a lot similar to the problem that we just worked on with percents, remembering that as long as we assume that our entire compound has a mass of 100 grams, this becomes really easy, because what we can assume is that 66% of calcium is just the same thing as saying 66 grams of calcium. Okay? And that the 34% of phosphorus is the same thing as saying 34 grams of phosphorus. Now, this problem is slightly more challenging, and I'll show you why in a second, but let's go through the same steps as what we did before. Now, remember, I first have to convert to moles, so I'm going to crisscross swoosh, and I'm going to first go to moles, so I'm going to put grams on bottom, moles up top. All right, remember, the atomic mass of calcium is 40, so I'm going to put a 40 on bottom with a 1 up top. Not too bad. Then I'm going to take 66 divided by 40 on my calculator, and what I get is 1.65 moles. Alrighty. Now I need to do the same thing for phosphorus. So I'm going to crisscross swoosh. I'm going to put grams on bottom, moles up top. I need to check the atomic mass of phosphorus, so I'm going to go to my periodic table, and I see that it is 31. So I'm going to put 31 grams on bottom in every 1 mole. Okay. So 34 divided by 31 gives me about 1.1, we'll say. 1.1 moles. Alright, so when I write this out, guys, I'm going to write Ca 1.65 and P 1.1. Now remember what I have to do, this looks absolutely nothing like what we've worked with before. Remember, your subscript always has to be a whole number. So what I have to do is then go in and divide my subscripts by the smallest number, the smallest subscript, sorry, which is 1.1 in this case. So when I take 1.65 and divide it by 1.1, what I get in this case is Ca 1.5 and P 1. Right? Now, here's an issue. I've divided, at this point, for the other two problems we worked on, I had a whole number and I was done, but I don't here. Now, your natural instinct would be, okay, Miss Polliner, that's really easy, you would round that to 2, and you can't, though, because that you can't do that. 1.5 is not, it's right on the brink, you can't. If it were 1.6, I would even say you can't do that. Only if it were about 1.9 would I be comfortable with you rounding it to 2. But you can do something very nice and easily to both of these subscripts. Remember, this is an implied 1 right here, to make this a whole number. And what you can do is multiply both of them by 2. So this is going to become Ca3 because you're multiplying it by 2. This is going to become P2, and you're done, and you have a whole number. So the hardest part of this type of problem, once you've divided by your smallest whole number, by your smallest subscript, the hardest part is recognizing what number you have to multiply it by, in this case 2. The only numbers you'll have to multiply it by are like 2 and 3. That's the worst that I will probably give you on a quiz or test. Okay, and you'll have plenty of practice with it. But that's what makes this problem hard, just this single step right here. All right, and that's it. You know how to write your empirical formula now.